Welcome to the 2021 STEM Enrichment Institute and STEM Bridge programs in review. To Lawson State administrators, faculty, staff, parents, and participants, thank you for being here in support of our summer STEM programs, hosted by Lawson State Community College. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Bruce Crawford, Vice President for Instructional Services, who is the Principal Investigator for our NSF grant, Pi STEM E to the third, and who is instrumental in starting the STEM program at Lawson State. Parents, it has been 4 awesome weeks working with your sons and or daughters. And this is our opportunity to show you some of the things that they have accomplished this summer in the program. God always gives me great ideas, and I've always said that I just need people to help me execute those ideas. And this summer has been no exception. Ayana. By the way, I'm Shawanda Thomas, the STEM director at Lawson State. And I want to introduce you to Mrs. Jean Whitlow, who is the STEM assistant. And she's one of those individuals I believe is God sent to help me and to be a blessing to these students. So Mrs. Whitlow, would you please do the prayer for today?
Yes, ma'am. It is an honor. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us pause a moment and invite the one and the creator of all mankind that has given us an opportunity to come together for this month and to share in such a wonderful experience with these young people. For that, we are truly grateful. So, Father, we just come to you this morning in the name of Jesus, God, just asking you to bless this moment that we're here. We ask you to bless these young people. We pray that they have experienced and had a wonderful, wonderful 4 weeks with STEM, the Summer Enrichment and Bridge program. We thank you for Dr. Thomas, Dr. Crawford, Dr. James, all of the staff at Lawson State Community College, the president, Dr. Anthony, for the opportunity given to these young people. And we pray that they have some takeaway value. We pray also for our interns, which have been incredibly gifted interns that have worked with this program. And we pray that the Bridge students that were participating under their leadership have some takeaway value as they prepare to go off to college. And let us all be reminded that without him, we are nothing. With him, we can do all things. And for that, we are grateful. Now we ask you to bless this session here that we're having. We are ever so grateful, and we will forever give you the praise and give you the glory. In his name we do pray. Amen.
So be it. Thank you, Mrs. Whitlow. Ayana. All right. SEI and Bridge are 2 programs under the Pi STEM E to the third grant, which is sponsored by the National Science Foundation. The implementation project Pathways into STEM, Enrichment, Engagement, and Empowerment, or in other words, Pi STEM E to the third, at Lawson State Community College is designed to address critical labor force issues in the STEM educational and workforce pipelines by targeting underrepresented groups and non-traditional students by creating multiple pathways to STEM career options. And I just want to point out underrepresented groups in certain STEM fields. Those are the students we are trying to encourage to go into those STEM fields. Those that are underrepresented in certain fields, like engineering, for example. We need more representation in engineering, computer science, physics, chemistry, mathematics. All right, Ayana. So the STEM Enrichment Institute and STEM Bridge program ran at the same time. They ran in tandem, I would say, or contemporaneously. The main difference between the SEI and Bridge programs are the following. Bridge participants are recent high school graduates who are transitioning into their prospective 4-year institution in the fall. So while SEI participated in ACT college prep sessions. The bridge participants participated in college prep sessions, and our awesome interns actually facilitated those college prep sessions. Bridge participants were required to take a math course while participating in our STEM enrichment activities. SEI participants, if eligible, had the option of participating in dual enrollment or taking a college course. All courses were paid for through the PI-STEM E to the third grant. I would like to point out that on the post survey, when asked if you didn't take advantage of the dual enrollment this summer, what was the reason for not doing so? And about 11% of them selected, I did not understand what dual enrollment was. So perhaps this is an opportunity to inform parents on what dual enrollment actually is. So if your child is currently in the 10th through 12th grades, he or she may be eligible to take college classes at Lawson State. Our classes do transfer to public institutions in the state. There are some other requirements, which is the reason you may need to reach out to the dual enrollment specialist at our college. And the dual enrollment specialist is Mr. Joe Hollins. His email is jhollins@lawsonstate.edu. But if you need more information, you can always reach out to me. And there are some other requirements. For example, to take Math 100 at the college, for example, students had to have already taken Algebra 2 and score a B or higher, or have at least a 17 on the math section of the ACT. So there are some additional requirements, but you can get that information from Mr. Joe Hollins. All right, next slide, please. For summer 2021, we had a total of 54 participants. We had 39 SEI star. SEI star are those students who did not take any classes this summer. We had 6 SEI plus. I designate that as the students who did STEM enrichment, but also were enrolled in college courses. We had 5 bridge participants and 4 STEM interns. SEI plus or STEM, again, STEM enrichment participants who were dual enrolled this summer. And again, bridge participants had to take a course this summer. We also have 4 fabulous STEM interns, which consists of undergraduate students. Next slide, please. They are Kara Dudley, mathematics major and current junior at the University of Alabama. Kara is an alumni, Lawson State STEM scholar. Jariah Henry is also an alumni, Lawson State STEM scholar. He is currently a baseball star at Appalachian State University, and I think it's North Carolina, majoring in exercise science. Is it North Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ayana Morris, thank you. Ayana Morris is an alumni STEM scholar. She just received her bachelor's from the Alabama A&M University in animal science and has been accepted into vet school for the fall. Ayana, which school are you going to for vet school again?
The University of Missouri.
The University of Missouri, thank you. And Kayla Seals participated in the 2020 Bridge program and the 2016 Girls Impact Summer Program. That was our very first summer Girls Impact. She participated in that program. She is a sophomore at the University of Alabama, majoring in public health pre-med. STEM interns assisted in various aspects of the program, including being mentors and tutors to all participants who were taking classes this summer. So they've done a lot of things, grading, down to grading, to tutoring, to mentoring. So they have been fabulous. They facilitated the college prep sessions. So I'm really, truly thankful. They are also God sent. So thank you, interns. And I'm going to allow Ayana to now share additional highlights from the program this summer.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ayana Morris again, and I'll just pick up where Dr. Thomas left off for a little while. So you can see the complete list of all of our SEI and Bridge participants. So we had more than 50 participants for this summer, which is great. It's a very large number. So for those that successfully complete the program, your certificates are going to be emailed to you. So just be on the lookout for that. And you're also going to receive program t-shirts, and they're going to be mailed to you. So they're going to be mailed to the same address that your STEM kits were mailed to. So if that's incorrect, be sure to let Ms. Whitlow know, or anybody know, so it's not mailed to the wrong address. So we had a lot of students from all over Alabama, and this graphic to your right, this kind of just represents where they were coming from. So the larger the font, that kind of represents how many students came from that city. So you can see we had a lot of students from Pleasant Grove, Adamsville, Pratt City, Bessemer, Hoover. And we also had some students from, more smaller cities as well, like Titusville or Irondale, Hueytown, et cetera. So a lot of cities were represented from our students in this program this summer. And they were involved with a lot of extracurricular activities this summer as well. So like Dr. Thomas was saying, those students who are 9th through 11th or rising 12th graders, they received ACT prep. And that's just to kind of qualify for their 4-year or their 2-year admission requirements, because a lot of schools still do require the ACT test as like a form of admission. But although some are kind of getting out of that, we just still want to give them that just to make sure they are just ready in case, they have to take it. And the college students, so the seniors who graduated this prior spring semester, who will start college this upcoming fall, they received college prep, like Dr. Thomas was saying. So both of those meetings kind of happened at the same time. So we had 2 different classrooms going on at one time, and we met with them twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the high school students received ACT prep, and the rising college students would receive kind of college preparatory meetings. So both classes were very fundamental and definitely very informative, and just kind of allowing them to prepare themselves for what's coming for them, whatever path they're taking.
What were some of the topics, Ayana? Because it was very interesting.
Our class, I feel like our class was the best, but so the college prep, that was kind of led by the interns. So it was myself, Jiraiya, Kayla, and Kara kind of led those sessions. And we talked about everything from bad roommates to making sure you clean up after yourself, to scholarships, to extracurricular activities and organizations. We talked about like fraternities and sororities at one point too. So we really tried to give them like the full like range of college, and we really try to give them like genuine advice so they know what they're getting into, and so they're not scared or kind of hesitant as well. So I feel like the college students really appreciated that. And the high school students also appreciated the ACT prep as well. I think a lot of students were able to raise their ACT score by the end of this month as well, and we'll talk about that later in the presentation too. But so the students were also charged with creating an app, and that was kind of led by Dr. Keisha James, and she's she's a instructor at Lawson State.
She's
And
actually the director of online education. I'm not sure if she's on here. I know she's busy too. But if Dr. James, if you're on here, just say something. But yeah, she's the director of online education at Lawson State.
yes, and she kind of gave them the challenge of creating their own app online. So through the platform that you can see on the screen, kind of the larger photo, which is a screenshot from Gavin's app, you can see the coding that they use, and each student they could create their own app for whatever they are most interested in. But just like at the end of this summer, seeing what these students came up with was just eye-opening. I was in awe because personally, I am not a tech savvy person. So for them to accomplish this at their age is just phenomenal. So kudos to everyone. So over the past 4 weeks, we have had we've had four big speakers come to speak with the students. So on the first week, we had Dr. Nehemiah Mabry, who is a structural engineer, come to speak with the students about his path and, his occupation and how he was able to get to where he is now. And the second week, we had Dr. Adrienne Madison come speak to us, and she is a biomechanical engineer. On the third week, we had Dr. Betsy Dobbins speak to us, and she is a psychological science. Well, yeah, she's in psychological science and neuroscience. And this last week, we had Dr. Consuela Davis come speak to us, who is a forensic scientist. So yeah, all of those speakers were just phenomenal and definitely gave the students real advice and definitely kind of thoroughly described their occupation and the pros and cons of both. So the students, again, they accomplished a lot this summer. So some of the students, the SEI plus participants, they were involved in dual enrollment. So they took one math course over the summer. And for the college students who are going to college this fall, they receive mentoring and just overall support. And the SEI Plus students receive that kind of mentoring and tutoring too. So the STEM interns, all four of us, we were just there to support and just make sure we could kind of tend to the students in case they needed anything throughout the duration of this program. And you can also see the picture to your right. We mailed out around 50 STEM kits to all the students. And those STEM kits contained a solar panel robot. So it's kind of like your build your own robot. They received Lawson State apparel, snacks, little knickknacks, school supplies. So it was kind of a care package, but it also contained things that were related to what the weekly assignments were. So they also contained the pH kit and the solar panel robot, which we'll talk about a little bit more as well. So the water kit was included in their STEM kit as well. And they completed this assignment during week 3. So in this STEM kit, the water kit was a simple, kind of quick and easy way to test the contents of their water, of their drinking water. So in this assignment, they were kind of asked to test their tap water and 2 other sources of water that they were kind of interested in. And the water kit kind of tested it for the pH of the water, the amount of lead and copper in their water, the amount of fluoride, and et cetera. So it just tested their water for these different compounds just so they can have an idea of what's really going into their bodies. So I know a lot of students were kind of surprised at the results of testing, these various sources of water. And some of the brands of water that some of the students tested, they weren't kind of what was advertised. So, some water companies would advertise that it's just very pure, but once you actually go through the testing process, it's not really that. So it was just a very reflective moment and very interesting for the students as well. During week 4, the students were assigned a money management project. So that was just to give them an idea of what really goes into budgeting and, the responsibility of making sure, you're taken care of given a certain salary. So the students were assigned a STEM profession and they had to investigate the salary that profession made and create a budget for, their amenities, like their home, their car, how much money they would spend on food, their cell phone bill, et cetera. So this just kind of put everything, this kind of just threw them into reality a little bit, just gave them a taste of real life and, just preparing themselves for adulthood or just becoming more mature. And 44% of the students surveyed said that this project was the most interesting and that they received the most out of it. So like I stated before, the STEM kits contain the solar robot that they had to build themselves. And instead of making this a weekly assignment, we kind of made this a little competition, okay? So this competition was optional, but those who participated, the students, they would build their own robot and create a video from start to end of their overall process and submit that to us, and we would judge it from there. So with that being said, it's time to reveal the winner of the solar robot competition. And the winner is Lyric Caldwell. Congratulations, honey bun. And the title of her robot was the Dog Walker, and you can see that on your right. And I do want to say that second place was Tawny Green and third place was Santana Gray. So definitely congratulations to everybody, even those who didn't place, because we had some students who, didn't place. But yeah, we're definitely proud of all of you because this is a very large feat to accomplish. But without further ado, I'm going to play her video real quick. And let me make sure I'm sharing my audio before I start.
Yeah, you may have to stop sharing because it's at the very bottom of that screen once you hit share screen. So you may have to stop sharing it to make sure.
Share sound. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me open my chat box. So just chat me or turn your mic on if you can't hear it, but I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Hi, my name is Lyric, and here is my project. So, the robot I decided to do is the dog walker. As you can see, I've started building my project, and I'll be back when my robot is done. As you can see, my robot is currently done. And I'm going to be back with you guys when I get ready to make it walk. Well, this is some of my family members, and I wanted to say a big thank you to you guys because I stretched you guys out through this whole project. Well, this is my project.
Yay!
Congratulations, Lyric.
And I know she did stress her family out. I know she did because it's a challenge. This is definitely a challenge. So for her to complete that, congratulations, Lyric, and Tony and Santana.
Yeah, congratulations again, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, okay. So towards the end of the program, a post survey was released to the students as well as the parents, I believe. And these are just a couple of the comments that were left on the post survey, and I'm just going to read that real quick for you guys. So the first comment says, the ACT prep benefited me because different math questions and formulas were broken down and gone over slowly, which helped me obtain the information and raise my score the second time we took the ACT. So the ACT was given to them like a pre-test and a post-test, just so they can compare the results. So this student, was able to raise their score, which is significant. The second comment says, my most memorable moment from the program was when me and other fellow classmates got to show our creativity skills coding and designing our own apps. So some students kind of preferred the kind of free creativity with creating their own app and kind of going through that process. So yeah, we just thought we'd put that in there as well. And the third quote says, The most memorable moment from the program is when Dr. Consuela Davis came on Zoom and she shared amazing information about forensic science. So a lot of the students liked the presentation given by Dr. Davis because she was a forensic scientist, and they kind of release a lot of different TV shows like Forensic Files and like How I Killed My Husband and TV shows like that. And I guess it was just interesting for the students to kind of meet a real professional in that field, so they can kind of tell them what really happens compared to what happens on TV, So these are just some more of the post-survey results. So about 59.3% of the students surveyed said that the aspect that they liked the most was the Wednesday guest speakers and the ACT prep. So those were the two highest kind of activities that they enjoyed the most. 37% said that they preferred or enjoyed the Monday family meetings. 37% also said that they enjoyed the coding sessions. 22% said that they enjoyed the weekly STEM experiments. So that would be the water activity experiment and the budgeting experiment. And 3.7% said that they enjoyed being mentored and or tutored by the STEM interns. So from this graph, 48.1% said that the ACT prep was the most beneficial. And the two highest activities were the coding sessions and the guest speakers. So the STEM activities and the discussion boards, et cetera, those ranked a little bit lower than that. But the top activities that they felt was most beneficial were the ACT prep, the coding sessions, and the guest speakers. And 92.6% of the students surveyed said that they would recommend this program to other students, which is great. And we had no one say no. So, hey, that's great.
Exactly. Just point out, nobody said no.
Nobody
said no. Nobody. And we just say this because we only have 27 responses so far. The post survey is still open. We have over 50 participants. So we need more responses to the post survey. So this is not the final results. We're just getting the most updated results to you at this point. And when we say, would you recommend this program, participants, we're not saying you're literally going out to recommend the program. We're saying if it comes up in conversation and you're talking about summer programs and you could say, yeah, apply for the SEI or the bridge program. It was great. That's what we're looking for. So, it doesn't literally mean go out and recommend us. It means, would you recommend us if favorably, if it happens to come up in the conversation? All right, Ayana. Okay. Well, I also received an email from a parent. I did send out a parent post survey, but this email, she actually sent an email to me and I wanted to read that. Hi, Dr. Thomas. I want to thank you and your team for another awesome opportunity provided for my son. He has gained more knowledge and experience while enjoying the summer. I appreciate your investment into our youth. Please share with the Lawson leaders that these experiences have positively impacted the SEI participant. I took his name out in such a way that he has Lawson as his top choice after graduation. So we like to hear that type of feedback. The coding, ACT prep, and STEM opportunities have been so beneficial. Thank you for the package that allowed hands-on activities also. So I just wanted to point that out, that that's what we want to hear, that your children are considering Lawson State, because one thing, it's cheaper to go to Lawson State. So if you don't have a scholarship to a four-year institution, it's cheaper to go to attend Lawson State. And especially if you're interested in STEM, we have an entire STEM program to support STEM majors. And I believe that we have one of the best programs on campus. So you should feel pretty pretty good about sending your children to Lawson, especially if they are STEM majors. All right, next slide. All right, I wanted to announce some of the top of the class awards. And what I mean about top of the class awards, recognizing those SEI Plus and Bridge participants who are in the top 10% of their math classes at Lawson State Community College. So they are contending with college students from all over, and some of your babies are in the top 10% of their classes. So here we go. And those are Jaden Boykin. He's actually taking trigonometry. He's in the top percent of his class. He's in the bridge he's a bridge participant. Tani Green, SEI Plus participant. She's taking an online Math 100 class this summer. And Kirsten Wilson, who's also an SEI Plus student, who's in Math 100. She's in a virtual Math 100 class. So they are in the top 10% of it. That's amazing, right? I mean, they're technically kind of high school, so they're contending against college students. So awesome job, you guys. All right, next slide. I also want to acknowledge certain participants for being emerging STEM scholars, and I wanted to offer them scholarships to Lawson State if they would have us. Scholarship offers given to participants who meet the following criteria. You have to be a high school senior or recent high school graduate to get this award. Plans to major in a STEM field. So I did look at applications and looked at what you expressed as your interest as a major, and who maintained an A average in the program this summer. All right, so we're not finished grading everything. So we're gonna put all grades in today. So this may actually change, but for now, when I looked at it last night, these are the participants who actually qualify for this Emerging STEM Scholar Award. Ayana. STEM scholarship offers go to Jaden Boykin. We might have to take that out of y'all. I didn't know. William Battle, Jordan Sanders, and Kirsten Wilson. Okay, and notice that they all expressed an interest in one of the STEM fields. Disclaimer: offer is contingent upon enrolling and attending Lawson State Community College while grant is still active. And I say that because last summer I received emails after the fact said, do they have to attend Lawson State to get the scholarship? Yes, of course. All right. Additionally, upon graduation, the participant must have a grade point average of 3.5 or higher, or a cumulative ACT score of 20. The participant must apply to the STEM program, because if you don't apply to the STEM program, we're not going to know that you are actually enrolled at Lawson. So you have to apply to the STEM program. So congratulations. If you so choose Lawson State Community College, then we welcome you to STEM program. Just apply. And when I mean about scholarship, we really give stipends to STEM scholars. So it's in the thousands. So it could, it could really supplement your other scholarships if you have another scholarship at Lawson. All right, Ayana. Incentives for participation. So our participants will receive a stipend for participating in the summer programs this summer. Participants will receive stipends in about 2 weeks if their vendor forms are completed and mailed in as well to the business office. And if your post survey was completed in Blackboard. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have 50 surveys completed by the end of today, because we have been known to hold checks if things are not complete. So make sure you complete your post survey, which is located in the week 4 folder in Blackboard. So if you did not know, every one of our participants have access to our Blackboard portal, and we have weekly modules. So that's how they access their information in their assignments. Other incentives will be mailed to the top 10 participants sometime this fall. So we are still working on grades. So you would know if you are a top 10 participant once you receive this nice care package in the mail in the fall. So once you receive it, you know you're top 10. So I'm not going to announce it today, but enjoy. All right. Next slide, please. Before we go, I do want to mention that we have a Lawson State STEM Scholars Program. It's for undergraduate STEM majors at the college who are seeking additional opportunities related to careers involving science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. You have to be a STEM major at Lawson State to be a STEM scholar. You have to have a 3.0 or higher GPA, positive attitude, and motivation. You do have to go through application process, interview process, and a commitment of 7 hours per week to our STEM program. We have weekly meetings, and we also will probably begin tutoring, start back tutoring students at Lawson State in the fall. So that's one of the reasons why you have to commit to at least 7 hours. That's part of our service to the college, is we commit to tutoring students at the college. If you have questions about that, you can always email me at sthomas@lawsonstate.edu. Next slide, please. Now we will have closing remarks by Dr. Bruce Crawford. Again, Dr. Crawford was instrumental in starting the program, I think about 17 years ago. So I want to thank Dr. Crawford for his leadership and keeping the STEM program alive to this day. So thank you, Dr. Crawford.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. And let me say thank you to everybody who's listening in via telephone, via viewing, however you're on this Zoom call today. Thank you for your participation, students, in this program, all the various programs that we have, and options for you. Dr. Thomas is a great scientist, mathematician that is, and she is a good leader for this program. I think I could not have made a better choice in helping to identify a person to lead this program. Matter of fact, she's leading 2 or 3 programs at one time, SEI, Bridge, and the Girls Impact as well. We have a few more for you, Dr. Thomas. Thank you for that. Ayana, you've done a great job in moderating this. I listened to you and I've seen you grow at Lawson State and move on through competitions along the way. And if you all don't know it, Ayana has won several competitions that we're able to attend in different conferences along the way. At the, which one is that? The ABRCAMS for the ERN. These are national conferences that we attended in California and in Washington, D.C. and other places in Indiana, those kinds of things. Hopefully we'll get back to that traveling opportunity in the fall with our students and expose you to more careers in STEM and more professionals in STEM. We have, and that's the idea behind this, is to increase the number of minorities represented in the STEM profession. And minorities and underrepresented population would include African Americans, Hispanics, Latino, women. All of those are considered minorities in the STEM profession. And our goal is to increase that. And hopefully through our initiatives here, that you gain a really large interest in becoming and staying on that track to become a STEM professional. You know, many schools are trying to get our students who are STEM participants. They want you to come. I get calls from Alabama A&M every week almost about getting us some more STEM students, because actually when the students have gone through our program and they go to the 4-year institutions, they really are a step ahead of the rest of the students who are traditionally starting there. Am I correct, Ayana? You are really ahead of the rest of the students. They've not been exposed to as much opportunities in STEM as you have been exposed through Lawson State. So that's a great opportunity to come through us and then transfer to the 4-year institution. Ms. Whitlow, thank you for your help and support. You've been there from day one, guiding us and assisting us and making sure that everything's on target. We appreciate that. And I'm so proud to see Jariah and Kira and the other young lady who is from the University of Alabama. I did meet her recently And I didn't realize that she was a past SEI participant. But that's what we want. You know, if you come to us through the SEI program, come through us back through the Bridge program, come through us as a STEM scholar at Lawson, and then come back as an intern to help us in the program. So we want those kinds of things to happen. That's really a good track to follow. And I believe Dr. Anthony is on. I don't know if she's still listening in, but I'd like to divert over to Dr. Anthony just a little bit. Dr. Anthony is the president. I noticed on your slide you had interim president on the previous flyer that you had about the program, but she's now the president of Lawson State. So Dr. Anthony, are you on?
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am indeed on. Please forgive me for not having my camera on this morning, but I have been here. I've listened to the phenomenal things that have occurred in our program this summer, and I just want to commend and congratulate all of those students who've chosen to be a part of this exciting experience. And for us, you know, the SEI is certainly an experience. It's a valuable experience that we hope will lead you to other things and to become the Ayanas and the Darias and all of the Karas that actually come back and continue to work with us, work with our students, and to move on in your chosen field and profession. I'm excited about the possibilities and those scholarships and you all choosing to come to Lawson State to actually continue your education. Please take heed to what Dr. Crawford has said about the value of our programs and what we actually do in preparing our students to be the very best they can be when they go on to the four-year college. Dr. Thomas, I cannot say enough about how hard you work with this program and the great job that you do with Ms. Whitlow's assistance. You are amazing, and I still don't know how you have done all of this in a virtual environment and still honor the standards that this program brings to our students. So kudos to you. Thank you for your hard work and everything that you do. I know we might have a few parents out there. I want to say to the parents, thank you for entrusting your students to us at Lawson State. We value our parental relationships and what you all do in making sure you support your students and get them to us and give them the things that they need to be successful. To all of our interns and all of our students, thank you for a job well done this summer. We look forward to having you all back next summer, whether it's in continuing in the program or whether it's a student here at Lawson State. Start here and go anywhere is our motto, and we hold firm to that. We wholeheartedly believe in it. Thank you so much, Dr. Thomas, Dr. Crawford. Thank you. Job well done, everyone.
Yeah, let me add to, thank you, Dr. Anthony, for your comments. And let me go back to a comment early, Dr. Thomas, dual enrollment. Parents, I know you're listening in. If you have a 10th, 11th, and 12th grade child at home, please get them actively engaged in dual enrollment classes at Lawson State or any of the colleges, preferably at Lawson State, because we think we have great opportunities, good opportunities for you here. But this is a way for your child to get a jump ahead. You can have almost complete a whole degree if you start early enough as a sophomore and be ready to go into the four-year institution. And then those who are going into the career technical or to the workforce, we have opportunities through that route as well. So share that with others in your communities, at your church, at home, or wherever you are, to get students involved in dual enrollment. It's a great opportunity. Some classes we can pay for because based on what you're taking, if they're technical in nature, but other classes, the cost is not that much. And then we may have some type of opportunity to get it paid for through some other third-party sources. However, take advantage of it and you can certainly reap the benefits, because in the long term, it saves you money and get your child a step ahead once they transfer to the four-year institution. Dr. Thomas, I think Dr. Davis and some other administrators might be on, but Dr. Davis, part of this team as well. And I know I saw her comment early on, she may be off, but Thank you, Dr. Davis,
still
and
here.
Dr. Pruitt, and any of the other administrators and faculty who are on this program. You all have done a fantastic job with these students, and we appreciate it. And I don't want to keep moving it, but Dr. Davis probably wants to say something, Dr. Thomas. I'm gonna let you invite her to do that.
Yes, this is Dr. Cherie Davis. Thank you, Dr. Davis. I didn't realize you all were here, but thank y'all for being here. She is the Dean of Academic Affairs. So thank you, Dr. Davis. Would you like to say something?
Really, everything has really been said. I just want to say congratulations to the students and just the fantastic job that you've done, Dr. Thomas. You are really a beacon of light for many students in bridging them to the STEM program, which is so essential for them. And I just loved hearing really from the students, but I think everything has been said. Just a fantastic job. Just absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
And Dr. Thomas, make sure that you give everybody a copy or access to the symposium. I'm surprised you didn't share it with them.
It was in the STEM kit.
Oh, it was in the STEM kit, so they already have that. Very good then. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Thomas.
Thank you, everyone, administrators, parents, participants, my staff. Thank you so much, because I couldn't do this without you all, so thank you. And would anyone else like to say anything before we go? I don't want to overlook anybody.
Let our interns, Kara and Jariah,
Okay, yeah.
say something.
Yeah, Young already talked, so Kara, Jariah, Kayla, would y'all like to say anything?
It was very fun interacting with you all. Wish you luck in the future.
All right,
That was
Jariah.
Jariah.
Yeah, when Jariah becomes pro, gets to be pro, you guys, you're gonna say, I knew Jariah from STEM Enrichment Institute. All right, Kara. Kara may not want to say anything. She's sort of like me. Kayla, would you like to say anything, Kayla?
I just want to say I had a lot of fun this summer. The bridge program was very beneficial to me. That's why I wanted to come back and like help out with everything this summer. But I also did dual enrollment, and like to all the kids that are in high school about to graduate, I would say like you need to do dual enrollment. Like even if you're not graduating this year, if you're like a sophomore in high school, like next summer, take dual enrollment classes, because that's what I did. And I will actually be a junior in the spring. So, and I just got, this was my first year in college. So I would say take advantage of that. Even like if you don't have a full scholarship or like you're having to pay for money or whatever, pay for school, like you can get out a year early and start working or doing whatever that you want to do. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to Dr. Thomas for this amazing opportunity. Thank you to Dr. Crawford. Thank you to everybody that was a part of the Bridge program. And thank you to the students for allowing the interns to teach y'all and to help y'all and to mentor y'all. So yeah.
Thank you, Kayla. Yes, Kayla reached out to me in the spring semester. She just wanted to help with the program. So I just knew, okay, that's God sent. So thank you, Kayla, for reaching out to us. And I think that's it. All right. Thank you, you guys. Thank you for attending our closing event today. And you have a great day. Thank you.
Dr. Thomas, you
Yes.
might want to, it has been recorded. So if they want to view it later or share with family or friends or others, can they reach out to you to get a copy of that?
Yes, and what I would do is put it in Blackboard as well, so that all participants will have access to it. So yes, I would do that.